Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Cap and welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad you guys are here. Thank you for all the support and all the videos as always. So everybody leaving likes and comments, know that I truly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. The topic of today's video is kind of a thinking piece, and I kind of want to hear you guys' opinion on this, of course, when I get to the end of it, and your thought process on there, because that's how you learn, and that's how I learn, is to get input from other people I talk to and stuff. But the other day on the way to work, I heard the song Dirty Laundry from Don Henley. Really good song, came out in 1982. I'm sure you've probably heard remixes of it, or covers of it, or variations of it whatsoever. But the basic premise is that people are attracted to negativity and hearing bad news for whatever reason. If there's a plane crash on the news or whatever, everybody flocks to it, and there's really no emotion tied to it when those people are reporting it back. And it got me thinking about, like, all of life, not just news. That's a big part of it there, but like this medium right here, YouTube. Some of the most biggest popular channels are incredibly negative. You think about this. You look up, we'll talk about Call of Duty, of course. Anytime there's a major patch comes out, or DLC, or a change to a weapon or something like that, the developers get inundated with people on Twitter and the forums and emails, I'm sure, and phone calls if they can find the number or whatever, just people complaining and even making threats against the developer because of changes they made there. And so the commentators that put out these videos, they're like, oh, this map pack sucks, or this patch sucks, or something. They just thrive on the negativity. They get flooded with people of similar minds having that same kind of thought process of like, oh, okay, well, I disagree with this. I found other people that disagree with this, and so I'm going to flock to them. And even when you're positive, you can have negative followers. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of like the magnetic side of it there. Positive attracts negative. But for whatever reason, more often than not, negative attracts more negative than it attracts positive. Let's say, for instance, I put out a video that was showing somebody how to make an at-home cure for some disease that they had that nobody came up with, and instead of charging people for it, came out and said, here's all the ingredients you need, mix them together, drink it, ta-da, you're cured. Instead of it blowing up as, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever, undoubtedly there'd be people in the comments leaving hate comments, there'd be companies trying to threaten whatever. It would attract a lot of negativity. Look at my channel alone. Before I dropped that video of my big house video, I was growing steadily there, but I never got very many hateful comments. Like, as soon as that went viral and I got 80,000 views in one day and a huge chunk of subscribers and all that stuff, then the negativity came, and since then it hasn't ever stopped. So I was kind of just wondering, why is that? What is it, the psychology behind humans that do that? Because I don't believe that's the case in the animal kingdom or any other really species. We are a more evolved, higher intelligent species, if you want to go that far, so we process things differently than just its face value. We think long term and preservation, all that other stuff, but I was reading some stuff about it in the psychology, and some people think it has to go back to our ancestors, the first ones that lived in a cave somewhere, of that if you recognize the negative, it helps you learn about the environment you're in and prepare for what's there. Like, if you live your life like everything's hunky-dory and you never get exposed to any of the negative, you never learn from it. So the caveman that just wandered in and out of his cave, happy-go-lucky, never worried about a thing because there was never a negative thought there, probably got eaten, versus Kronk over there that stayed awake at night trying to figure out if something was outside his cave that was going to eat him and the missus. Chances are he probably survived. But going back to what I was talking about with the news there, it's really disheartening. One reason why I don't follow the news at all is because it's always negative. It's always, the boy was found dead in a ditch, or the huge car pileup killed 28 people, there was a plane crash, or a bank robbery, or something on the financial institute, or something political happened, and everybody's screwed, the sky's falling, and then every once in a while they throw in one little story. It's like, oh, on a local side note, or this local bakery is having a sale today, and everything's great and wonderful. Immediately back to a bus crash on the highway, killed 28 people. And that's the news every time. And me personally, I try and avoid it. Whether it's on Twitter, YouTube, the news, social media, whatever, I don't get involved with drama. But you look at things like Drama Alert, and for anybody who's happened to be a part of that or whatever, this isn't a negative, this is just a psychological viewing at that. It's got a huge following, and have the Triggered podcast, and have the Drama Alert tag and website and all that other stuff, and they draw in viewers based on mostly negative reportings there, because they know it's going to do that. They figured out their niche audience is people who are like-minded and negative regarding that instance. And like I said, that's not a hate thing at all. It's just kind of a curious psychology behind why people on the internet flock to negativity. If you put out a video talking about how great and wonderful something is, you're not going to get any attention. You might get your loyal followers to show up and be like, oh yeah, I completely agree with that too. But if you put out a video ranting and raving about how bad it is, it won't take it long to go viral. More and more people see it. It's because people are flocking to that negativity. And whether it's because they agree with it entirely and they want to come show support for said negativity, or they're kind of on the fence about it, they don't really have an opinion about it necessarily, and so they're kind of like, I'll kind of go see what this person has to think, get an outside person's point of view, and that tends to convince other people to think the same way. I've always been more of the mindset to maintain positive. I try not to get too negative about too many things here and there. I mean, you're human, you can't avoid it at all times, but I do try and avoid all the drama. I don't follow people that bring up drama on Twitter, on Facebook, or anything like that. When it starts getting to that, woe is me, this is bad, you're bad, this sucks, if I had control it would be so much better, that sort of mentality, I just completely avoid it. It's not for me, I don't find it entertaining, and it doesn't do anything besides drive us backwards as a species, in my opinion. Again, same thing with videos. I don't watch the rant videos. Some of them, if done well, like in a comical standpoint, are entertaining just because it's a comedy. But some people aren't doing it as comedy. They're doing it as, this has affected my life so dearly that I have to make a video and talk about it, and this has to change or else. I mean, that sort of mentality. So anyway, it's just kind of a curious topic that I was thinking about. Like I said, that song really kind of sparked the concept of why people are attracted to negativity versus positive things. And I don't know, what do you think? I'd like to hear what you think about that psychological side of it, and if humans are the only ones that do that, or if there's animals that do that too, because I'm kind of curious. So anyway, this is just a thinking piece, nothing major. Love to hear from you guys. Hope you guys are having a good one, and I'll catch you later.